Uh, I just want to start by saying, um, want to start by with an apology to, Broncos country and, the fans. And I know the last few years have been tough, to watch and just not winning, not being in the postseason. Believe it or not, it's tougher to play in those games and to not win when you put in everything that you do throughout the week. And with that being said, my goal, obviously, with the extension, but ever since I've been here and kind of slowly been taking on a leadership role, is to get back to where this organization is used to. And doesn't mean much saying it right here, right now, but we'll remember this down the road when we get there. And I'm just extremely thankful for the opportunity. I'm extremely thankful to work with the group of men that I get to work with, both coaches and players. And people are going to have their opinions and say what they're going to say. People are going to have their narratives. But I'm just extremely thankful for the guys every week, not letting things weigh in on them. And they do. And they definitely do. And we just found ways to – obviously, we didn't win football games, but I should appreciate these group of men because I learned a lot from them in terms of adversity and how to handle things, and just extremely thankful. And I just wanted to open with that because I felt like it was necessary.
Justin, you were fired up on the sideline. They said you gave a halftime speech that was pretty passionate. You're tired of talking about the Chiefs and this winning streak. How bad did you want this today, and is that part of what makes this difficult?
Yeah, I wanted it for everyone. I think one of the things that's special, about this group is, everyone preaches like, this is a team game. There's a lot of camaraderie that goes into it. But at the end of the day, man, the NFL, at a lot of places, it is a lot of individualism. It's all about the accolades and what you've done. And the thing I think I appreciate the most about these guys, man, no one really cared. There's a lot of selflessness, and I really appreciated that. That's something that is hard to come by, and especially when you're losing. You get a lot of finger pointing. It was this guy's fault. It was this guy's fault. We didn't, this was a bad call. This was a bad, like everybody wants to get to finger pointing, and that's, and that's human nature, and it's tough to be able to mentally break out of that. And you're always trying to find a way where it's not your fault, because at the end of the day, you get paid off of your performance. And if something's not your fault, you know what I mean, it goes your way. And I'm just appreciative of the guys, man, because it was never that. It was, it was a lot of guys, most of the time saying, like, I could have been better. I could have helped you do this better. And that's what I say week in and week out. Not just me. I mean, from a defensive perspective, that's how we think. We didn't do enough to win the game today. Our offense played great. There's that fumble at the end of the game. Those things happen. We didn't have a takeaway. And that's like the mindset with a bunch of the guys. And that's why I opened up with, I'm just appreciative, man, because you don't always have that. And it just stinks that, we can't keep that going this year.
Justin, I imagine you'll probably spend a lot of time thinking about this in the coming weeks and months, but what do you think you can do differently to help end this playoff drought?
Yeah, I need to find ways to make a couple more plays here and there, help maybe even put guys in a better position to make plays here and there. And we play in a tough division, but I like it like that. That's where greatness comes to fruition, comes to the surface. You play against guys like, Justin Herbert, Derek Carr, Patrick Mahomes twice a year. You've got to find ways as a defense to generate takeaways and win the game, for your team. It's tough. My role is as a leader, you got to put more on your plate. And no one will, but don't feel sorry for it. The guys that are leaders on this team, that's what's demanded of you, and that's what is expected. That's what I expect out of myself. I'm going to be my toughest critic. And so the success of this team will go as far as the players lead it, and it's up to the leaders to do that.
You just mentioned division play, and that's kind of where it starts the last couple of years, only 2 division wins last 2 seasons. So what is separating those teams from you guys, and how do you bridge that gap?
Yep, a lot of it's just finishing. And I guess you could say that's almost the story of our season this year. Just finding ways to finish games, right? I'm thinking of the Raiders. It was the final score 17-10. But I just know there was that 4-minute offense they had defensively having a chance to at least give our offense the opportunity to go back out one more time and win the game, and we fell short, right? I'm thinking of the Browns, 17-10. No, they're not technically, in our the AFC West, but AFC opponent, Browns playing them in Cleveland, 17-10. 4-minute offense for them defensively. Got to get a stop, get our offense back on the field for a chance to win the game. Couldn't do it. Tonight, 28-24. 4-minute offense, limited timeouts. Defense has a chance to go out there, get a stop. So our offense, who has been moving the ball pretty well all night, has a chance to go out there and win the football game, and couldn't do it. Like, those are the things I think about. I don't think about what the offense did. I don't think about what special teams did. I think about what situation were we in when we entered the field, and how did we come up short, or how did we find a way to win the game? And those are going to be the difference makers moving forward in the division, winning the close games.
Justin, just to follow up on that, you mentioned today's last drive. They take over with 4:37 to go. The big play to Hardman kind of got them going on that drive. What kind of happened there?
Yeah, it was just man coverage, and obviously, they do a lot of different things on offense, a lot of motions, coverage ID stuff. But they motioned him across, got into a tight bunch, and just ran a receiver bubble screen. And I obviously haven't had a chance to look at the play, but just based off of how he broke free, I'm sure somehow, some way, we got out leveraged, and he was off to the races. And you just got to do a good job of getting him down to live another play, give yourself a chance. But without looking at the play, I would assume that's what happened.
Justin, Vic talked a lot about setting the foundation, having a good foundation going forward with this group. I was wondering, do you feel that same way, that the foundation is set here? And secondly, what do you like about this group, this foundation?
Yeah, I think the foundation is there. No one wants to hear that, but it is. You got to have that, man. When you have that, and then you have the right guys in the right guys in the building, right guys leading, right guys following. From top down, it just works, right? And I really believe that that's what we have going on. And we got talented guys. What Javonte and Pat and Quinn and Barron and all of our, first, second year guys, Jonas, what they did and came in and played, plug and play, and the way that they were able to perform most of the season, man, you can't tell me we don't have a good foundation moving forward. I'm just like I said, I'm thankful for those guys, man. They make it easy to come to work and to work with. And I know it hasn't been easy, like I said, on the winning perspective of things, but I know this is trending in the right direction. And that's why I keep reiterating. I feel like it's our job as leaders, myself obviously included. We got to find a way to continue to gel, make sure that foundation is there, and win the close ones. That's what's going to get us over the hump. It's not always going to look pretty, but we just got to win the close ones.
Justin, to your right here. Can you say what you said at halftime, or at least a proximity of it?
Yeah, I can't cuss. A lot of people would be mad at me, so I'll keep that away. But I basically was just saying, like, no one's giving us a chance to win this game. Everyone's coming in. I don't look at the, what people say or this, that, and the other, but I just know, everyone's talking about the streak. Everyone's talking about this, that, and the other. And I basically was just saying, no one's giving us a chance, and look where we're at. Don't forget what happened, 2 weeks ago. We went into halftime up against the Raiders, and, defense, we came out, gave them up a touchdown. And obviously, that happened again today. But I basically was just reiterating, like, no one's giving us a chance, and look where we're at. A half is down. We got a half to play. We need to find a way to get this done. Offense, defense, special teams, doesn't matter. Just find a way to get it done. And with a lot more words, that's kind of what I said.
Thanks, Justin.
Thank you, guys.